Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer 2 Battle Replay. This one is round 3 of the Shadow Spring Tournament, and I'm against TzuDevil. So this is actually the opposite of the matchup I did yesterday against Turin. I'm Greenskins and TzuDevil is Beastmen. So hopefully it'll go the same way as yesterday's, and yeah, the Greenskins will win out again. Anyway, so as you can see, I've gone with Savage Orcs in the front line. I did actually play this battle before I played yesterday's battle, which is a bit baffling, but yeah. So as you can see, I've got a load of Savage Orcs in the front. I like their physical resist. There's not really any magic attacks that I need to worry about, and if I bring Black Orcs, they're just going to get Fate Imbued. You know, Death Magic's just too popular a pick. So I decided to go with the Savage Orcs. No, they're just not very juicy targets, but they will be able to hack through most Gores and Ungores and stuff. And also hold their own a little bit against, you know, Best Gores for a while, because of that physical resist, you know, they don't rely on their armour, so the armour piercing's not going to help. It's, yeah, they're just going to shrug off some of the damage, so that's nice. Also, I've got a Giant, very stompy. He'll just stamp on Best Gores, and also he'll do great against things like a Gobbo or, you know, any of the heroes. He'll absolutely wail on them, so I really like the Giant here. Also, I actually went with the same Goon Squad as Turin did several days later. Yeah, I know, time's weird. Anyway, so we've got Wurzag, and I've got 2 Goblin Big Bosses. So Wurzag, I'm pretty sure I just brought the sort of basic spells on him. So I went with Brain Buster, so I could keep proccing his ability, which is nope, that's not it. No, this one. There's another one. That one. No, this one. There we go. Every time he casts, right, plus 13 melee attack and a charge bonus, so that's pretty huge. So if I have a cheap spell to keep using, that's brilliant. But I also have Here We Go, which will be plus 44 melee attack, and that'll actually stack with the Bonewood Staff, so that's going to be a hell of a lot extra. So, pretty cool. I really like Wurzag. Anyway, I've also gone with the classic Goblin Goon Squad, so I've got the Rusty Arrows and I've got Goblin Archers. Over on this side, I've actually gone with Morgrun's Mangy Marauders from extra, you know, armor-piercing damage in case he did have a lot of Bestigors, and also some Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. These guys will actually be able to do pretty well against things like Centaurs, you know, if I just keep them at arm's length. Centaurs don't have a lot of armor, so I can just keep hitting them with cheap archers and kite around. Also have some big uns for fighting big stuff. Yep. And goblins on either side as well. These guys, great shields, silver shields for so cheap, so they can soak up some, you know, some arrow fire on either side, and just more cheap units to bog things down with. So also over here, you can see already starting to break. I have some forest goblin spider riders, but they're doing their job. They're just getting in the way. Vanguard, it just so happened that we're all on top of each other. So 2 Centaurs with throwing axes here, and some harpies. So pretty scary, but it's bogged them down for a bit. And it's allowing me to get close the distance. Oh, I also had the 8-peak loonies hidden in these trees. So the 8-peak loonies are going to get in combat straight away. And you can see here, he's actually flanking with more Centaurs with throwing axes and more harpies. His front line, though, this is the weirdest front line I've ever seen. I'm not quite sure why he put them in these distinct blocks. It just seems to make it very easy for me to hit them with things. But anyway, so he's got Ungor Spearman Herd in the front, and then Ungor Raiders in the back. He's also got a Deathcaster, so yeah, you know, I told you it'd be Deathcaster, right? So he's got Brave Shaman and Death, and he's also got a Gobbo and Morga. So I have to watch out for Chaos Spawn and stuff like that, and the Gobbo obviously packs a punch, but I've got a pretty good Goon Squad, and with the help of my Giant, I should be able to deal with this kind of stuff. So we're going to speed things up and see how it goes straight away. So Spirit Leech on the Giant. You know, nice and early. Not a bad shout, but honestly, I think the arrows, you know, for the archers were focusing on the Giant. He could melt him pretty quickly. He has a lot of archers here. But probably a good idea, just take out the Savage Orcs, because, you know, they're not great against missile troops, so not a bad shout. Here you can see 8-peak loonies are taking a beating, but I'm going to start kiting around with these guys and start charging down some of his ranged units. These guys in the middle I'm ignoring completely, and the Giant is going to go for these Spearmen first, just to help terrify and break these guys so I can, you know, carry on running in. So here, use Effigy to Git, which is going to do damage and to pin this Brave Shaman in place, so I'm going to be just basically attacking him with everything. Over on this side, amazingly TzuDevil isn't bothering to walk around me. No, he's going to try and kill my big uns and then attack my ranged units. When really he could have just, you know, pinned me down with the harpies, or just sent the harpies straight after these guys. They can fly, you know, just run over. It would have meant you could just throw missiles into the back of the big uns if they were reacting to the harpies, but it would shut down all these guys if just harpies charged into the Rusty Arrows. So real mistake there. Here, these Ungor Spearmen, still just ignoring them, not a problem. So over here, one of my Goblin Big Bosses did get beaten up, actually, by Morga and the Gobbo. But the Gobbo has lost half its health already. Goon Squad, I retreated somewhat, and I'm still just running through with everything. You see his Centaurs have been chasing down my, you know, sort of ranged cav. But, I mean, that's fine. It's allowed me to get into the back. It's done a lot of damage to their archers, and it's kept these guys out of the fight when they could be supporting their main line. So here, the archers now shooting at the centaurs with throwing axes can be doing a ton of work here, because I knew that my biggins wouldn't hold out against this. So I'm just trying to whittle these guys down before he decides to charge. These guys still stood still, so I'm just going to take them out with my savage orcs. Now's the time. You know, I'm in everywhere else, so it's all good. So I got my big boss attacking the Ungol Raiders. I actually hit one of these guys with the Brainbuster, which would give a good buff, and I'm pretty sure I'm about to use the yep, here we go, which with here we go buffing, and with the extra buff from the Bonewood Staff, it puts his melee attack up to 122. So against 32 melee defense, he's not really going to stand much of a chance. So that giant is going to beat the crap out of this Gobbo, as you can see. And Morga just surrounded with savage orcs, but they pack a punch, honestly. They pack a punch. So back here you can see the centaurs have been outranged here. And, you know, harpies are coming back, but that's fine. Here, I'm chasing things away. Over here, chasing things away. Still got my 8-peak loonies fighting harpies right now. That's fine by me. And Morga being surrounded by all of this stuff, he just can't hold out. Honestly, there's just too much. Here we go again, procking, and it's just too much for him to deal with. All of those things hitting as hard as they do, and being able to make sure they hit every time. You know, with here we go procced, it's just too much. So close victory, and this was definitely a fun one. But yeah, must be said, TzuDevil is the dwarf player, right? He's been playing dwarves for 30 years, right? He loves his dwarves. His channel is mostly dedicated to dwarf campaigns. He absolutely loves them. So most of his multiplayer experience is with dwarves as well. So Beastmen, not really his forte, but he's learned a lot. He's come a long way actually just in this tournament. You'll see him do pretty damn well against some of the other players. So it's well worth checking him out. So go check out his channel, and he's an all-round good dude, by the way. You know, which always helps. So be sure to check him out. But I mean, there's not much that can be said about this battle. I think it's just a few issues with micro. The spearmen, they could have been in a line. They didn't have to be in those blocks. It just, you know, it allowed me to hit more of them with spells. You know, Brainbuster, right in the middle of them, hits every single model. You know, stuff like that. And also, I can just walk past them. Because, yeah, I'm not interested in fighting the Ungol herd. They're not valuable targets. I may as well just walk past them and kill things that are valuable. So, as you can see, his Ungol Raiders weren't able to do much because I just harassed them so much. His Tentacles did do a good job of shutting down my, you know, shutting down a lot of my sort of range contingent. But, you know, I still had my archers in play that will just absolutely mash these guys. I mean, look how much damage they took. So you need to use these guys more aggressively. Don't be afraid to get these in melee. They are pretty damn good at melee. So yeah, get them in the back line. You know, charge into just cheap units that you know you can win in a fight, you know, quickly, and then you can get those axes being thrown at valuable targets again. That's the main thing. So straight line with the Ungol Spearmen. No need to put them in blocks like that, and yeah, get the Ungol Raiders attacking vital targets. And honestly, it's a few too many Ungol Raiders. I think you don't need too many. You just want to apply a bit of pressure, but it means that once I get into the back line, it's just juicy target after juicy target, you know. So it makes it very rough. And also the harpies, they can fly. Just get them straight on the archers. Honestly, like the most dangerous things is the goblin, like you know, firing squad. Just shut them down straight away. Get the harpies onto the rusty arrows immediately. There's no reason not to. So you know, a few things would be done differently, but I'm sure he knows this by now. He's come a long way. It's been a great tournament. It really has. You know, just the amount of advice being thrown around by people, and you know, people tweaking builds, and everyone has learned a hell of a lot. I think it's going to really help, sort of, you know, get some more people into the multiplayer scene. So that's always a good thing. And hopefully, yeah, some of you guys who haven't tried multiplayer yet, you should give it a go. It's a lot of fun. So, guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next round tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.